Alright everyone, welcome to part 4 of this ongoing video series on fretboard knowledge. We're gonna see how we can fit some 1-octave scales in our previously established pattern, which is this one. Take a screenshot if you want. There you go. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. We're gonna be in the key of G for this lesson. Our pattern goes like this. And then it repeats, which is every location of the note G in the whole fretboard, minus the little bit behind it, but that's covered in part 2. So if you are not familiar with this pattern yet, go back to the previous videos. Right, let's do it. So let's just start a scale that's very familiar for a lot of guitarists, which is the minor pentatonic scale, which 1 octave would be like this. Fret 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, which is the minor pentatonic scale of G, starting on a G and ending in the next octave on a G. So this pattern we can repeat in every location. Just a couple of examples. We don't have any strings on it there, so that's what it is. If we were to start over here, we can only do 2 strings because the bottom one is gone, but the pattern is the same. Right? Over here, the pattern is the same. Over here, the fingering deviates slightly because of the B string, which we're going to cover in this lesson. Alright, so in principle, the whole pattern always stays the same, and depending on which location, you either have a string that disappears, 2 strings that disappear underneath, or you're going to have to move slightly because of the B string. B string is kind of an exception on the guitar because it kind of moves over all the notes 1 location, 1 fret. Let's just jump into that quickly. Anytime you encounter a B string in your scale, it means you're going to have to move over everything underneath from that location. So, for instance, we would have this pattern. Oh, let's go back to key of G, shall we? If we were to start that on our 2nd octave, these 2 are just fine, but once we go to the B string, you can kind of hear that our ear is punishing us, right? Doesn't sound that good. Because it's the B string, we need to move over that string to there. So B string, move over. If you're gonna do that, you'll be fine. Otherwise, you'll know it instantly if you forget. Right? It's not nice to hear. Not in this context, anyway. Alright, so the pattern is the same as that, but because this will be the B string, it would just move over. Move over, right? Over here. So, for me, I just view it as the same thing, but it just moves, yeah? Alright, so let's try the next one. So, next octave set over here. Okay, fine. We have 2 strings underneath, which means that the bottom string just falls off, right? If we were to have another string, it would have been... I cannot sing, so... like that. We don't have it, so it's just... which is just the top 2 strings of our pattern. Nothing changes there. No B string, or at least we started on the B string, so everything had already moved over. Right? Okay, next one. We go to this location. Nothing wrong there. We don't encounter a B string because this is the G and the B is over there, so the pattern stays exactly the same. Cool. Okay, next one. This location. Now we instantly see the B string, which means if we were to play our regular pattern, it would sound like that, which is not what we want in this case. So we gotta move it over. And you can notice here that the E string has also moved over. So everything underneath the B moves with it. It's not just the B string that moves over, because that will give us this. Nice and funky, but we don't want that in this case. So in in the way I view it, the pattern just stays the same. We have three versions. We have the regular one, in which we don't encounter a B string. If we were to have one B string underneath, it would have been this. Like that, which doesn't sound good in this position, but you get the point. And then the one where we encounter the B string instantly. But for me, in my head, it's just the same pattern. I just know, oh, B string there, let's move over. That's just what happens. So in total, nice and sloppy, right? And from there, the pattern just repeats like that. And then maybe one more if you want to fit it in there. So that's what happens. So the important thing to know is the B string moves everything over. Now that I've said that 100 times, let's go to the next scale. Let's just do a major scale. Let's try it in A this time. Alright, so in case you don't know your scale, go to another video and just learn the major scale. It's quite important. Let's not do that in this video. Alright, so if we started over here, we're now going to encounter the B string, so we're going to move over. Yeah, let's not play Lydian. Okay, so here we go. If we were not to move the B string, it would sound like this. Which is pretty cool, but not what we want in this case, because we want to learn to notice when the B string is going to be there, so we move our pattern over. Cool. Okay. Next octave in the set. We don't have a string underneath, so that's just what it is. All right. Cool. Next octave. We don't have a B string, so the pattern is just exactly the same as the first one. See that? There it is. Just because we don't have a B string, the pattern doesn't change. Alright. Here, we instantly need to move over. So if you would start in the same finger setting, you would already move. Which is why it makes more sense to start with your index and just calculate the movement in there already. But in this case, if you want to do it in the same finger setting, you would just switch, right? Which brings us back to the first note. Cool. All right, let's do one more and then end the video. Let's take a regular minor scale. You could play it like this. Whatever you want. I play it like this most of the time because I'm lazy. Alright, anyway. Let's choose another key. Let's do the key of F sharp here. Alright, next octave. B string, move over. Not to do that, it would sound like this, which sounds cool, but not what we want. Alright, so red flag for the B string and move over. I can't believe I've already said that like 1,000 times already, but there we go. That one, it's already on the B string, so the whole pattern has already moved, so we don't have to adjust. Alright, next one. Nice and sloppy. Alright, there we go. Next one. Instant B string, so we move over. So it's still the same pattern, we're just moving one or two strings over. Yeah? Alright, let's just do one more. Let's do the blues scale. in G, alright, which is the minor pentatonic scale, with an extra note, the tritone in between. Flat 5, sharp 4, however you want to call it, blues note, that's what it is. Alright, play from here, B string, move over. Next set. We don't have that string underneath, so that's just what it is. Next one. Don't have a B string in there, so it's just the same as we did in G. Okay, cool. This one, instant B string, move over. Cool. Alright, that's it. Like and subscribe, comment, come back for the next video. It's going to be an ongoing series. Alright, thanks. See you later.